Hello and welcome to this week's lineup of exciting lifestyle and entertainment news here on Culture Mosaic. This week's edition will be filled up with diverse cultural stories. For those who care about healthy eating, we'll learn about macrobiotic diet, a good way to truly taste the flavor of nature. Then we will meet famous Colombian singer-songwriter Concha Bono to learn more about Latin music. And finally, let's find out more about the Japanese art of furoshiki, the art of Japanese wrapping. Macrobiotic diet, a good way to truly taste the flavor of nature. In our On the Mic this week, we sat down with famous Colombian singer-songwriter Concha Bono to learn more about Latin music. Let's find out more about the Japanese art of furoshiki, the art of Japanese wrapping. Vietnamese pop sensation Sơn Tùng MTP has broken a slew of records with his new song, creating an immediate global impact. On Monday, Sơn Tùng MTP premiered his latest music video called Hãy trao cho anh or Give It to Me on YouTube. The video features a verse from American rapper Snoop Dogg and stars American pop singer Madison Beer. At the time of the premiere, the video had 635,000 simultaneous viewers, which is the third most watched music video on YouTube premiere. Hãy trao cho anh was composed by Sơn Tùng MTP himself and produced by Vietnamese producer Onion. The song blends multiple popular genres like reggaeton, tropical house, and hip-hop, creating a vibrant tune for the summer. After June the 30th, singer Trọng Hiếu officially released the music video Anh đổ rồi đấy, or I've Fallen for You. The new music video has received positive response from his fans for the color and images imbued with summer vibes in the MV. The song catches listeners' ear with funk pop and EDM, which is the current trend of music in the world. The MV is made with cooperation with Halle, Dutch music producer Companions, and musician Israel Afik Ashel. Jesse McCartney will kick off his Asia tour with a concert in Ho Chi Minh City on July the 9th. The American singer-songwriter's The Resolution Tour also includes shows in the Philippines, Manila on July the 13th and Singapore on July the 14th. McCartney is expected to perform both his pop hits, Beautiful Soul and Because You Live, and newer releases such as Wasted and Better With You. The concert will be the first in a series of music shows to be held in Ho Chi Minh City. In the last 4 years, Vietnamese films market is expanding and there are many Vietnamese movies of good quality. In the first 6 months of 2019, 4 films have crossed the $4.3 million mark so far this year, including romantic comedy Cua lại vợ bầu or Winning Back My Pregnant Wife, Trạng Quỳnh, Dr. Quỳnh, Hai Phượng Fury, and Lật Mặt Nhà Có Khách, Face Off The Walking Guest. Among these, Hai Phượng or Fury became the highest ever grossing Vietnamese film with $8.6 million, including revenue from foreign markets. According to experts, improved quality and the increase in the number of cinema theaters can be another reason for the rise in film revenue. 6 Vietnamese and international YouTubers were able to experience the challenges of Google Adventure Vietnam. Through this program, they discovered Vietnam's culture, cuisine, people, and natural beauty. Each of the YouTubers who participated in the program acted as an online travel ambassador by sharing their experiences in Vietnam with the world. They had the chance to explore the 3 provinces of Quảng Bình, Quảng Nam, and Da Nang. On day 1, they experienced 9 kilometers of rock climbing, river swimming, and swinging inside the Tú Làn Cave system in Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park, Quảng Bình. On day 2 and 3, they continued to conquer exciting challenges in Hội An Ancient Town, Quảng Nam, and Da Nang. The challenges of this program weren't difficult at all for these YouTubers, whose channels have millions of views. During their journey, they quickly adapted to their environment, took many pictures and filmed and hosted the program. The activities promoting Vietnamese tourism will continue via Google's other tools. A gala for the South Korea Vietnam Fashion Festival Awards was held in Seoul on 27th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Participants included well-known Vietnamese and Korean models and singers. The event wasn't just a regular competition for models. It also told stories about the culture of the two countries through traditional art, which will be undertaken by younger generations, including young people from Vietnamese Korean multicultural families. The awarded models will be given opportunities to participate in upcoming Vietnamese and Korean film projects by CNC Entertainment and KV Entertainment. To celebrate the 55th anniversary of the events in the Gulf of Tonkin and the 20th anniversary of Hanoi being named as the City of Peace by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, the Hanoi Department of Culture and Sports organized an exhibition called Diary of Peace. The exhibition illustrates the heroic struggles of the Vietnamese people during the Vietnam War and the country's appreciation for its international allies who fought for peace in Vietnam. The exhibition is divided into 3 main parts that highlight the solidarity among people who work for peace. They've surpassed the geographical, linguistic, and religious barriers to raise their voices against the American war in Vietnam. At the exhibition, many gifts from sponsors will be given to the victims of Agent Orange and dioxin at the Vietnam Friendship Village. Vegetarianism is becoming more popular across the country as a healthy lifestyle. In the colorful world of vegetarianism, the macrobiotic diet is emerging not only as a way to live healthier, but also to truly taste the flavor of nature. Let's discover the macrobiotic diet in this week's segment of Culture and Lifestyle.
Tôi tên là Nguyễn Thị Kim Nga, tôi đến với thực dưỡng là được 8 năm rồi. Ông xã bị ốm đau á, mà đi khám bệnh thì lại không có tìm thấy bệnh. Anh đọc sách về của tiên sinh Osawa, xong rồi là áp dụng chỉ có 3 ngày thôi. Mà anh ăn cơm gạo lứt với muối mè xong là anh thấy nó khỏe. Ảnh là người đưa tôi đến với thực dưỡng.
Inspired by her husband, Nga became one of the first to introduce the macrobiotic diet to Da Nang. Her fan page has passionate stories about macrobiotic dieting and little stories around the meaning of vegetables. She has attracted followers, both locals and foreigners. Following macrobiotic rules, food is processed in limited ways to maintain the original flavors of the food. Steaming and boiling are the most popular ways of cooking.
Chúng ta ăn theo cái hướng nghiêng về tự nhiên ấy, không phải nhất thiết là lúc nào chúng ta trồng ra được cái rau đó chúng ta ăn. Chúng ta có thể xung quanh mình có rất là nhiều cây cỏ tự nhiên, có sức sống rất là mãnh liệt và nó có quanh năm ấy. thì mình có thể ăn rau tự nhiên đó, mình chỉ đi hái về mình ăn thôi. Cái đó gọi là rau dại, rau tầm bốt, rau xuyến chi, rau bát bát, rồi xung quanh rau trai, rau dền mà mọc hoang ấy. Còn rất là nhiều thứ nữa.
Major principles of macrobiotic diets are to reduce animal products, eat locally grown foods that are in season, and consume meals in moderation. Macrobiotic diets also have some principles for using ingredients during the cooking process, as the style attempts to balance the supposed yin and yang elements of the food and cookware.
Tại vì cái củi là cái năng lượng dương mà rất là tốt cho cơ thể. Cho nên cái việc mà nấu một cái nồi cơm nhà em phải mất 2 tiếng đồng hồ để mới có được một nồi cơm cho nó thật là ngon. Là những cái nguyên liệu thực dưỡng là sẽ không có dùng hóa chất. Thường là tôi sử dụng đậu phụng được trồng ở quê. Đậu phụng thì mình sẽ được rang trên bếp củi như sao? Được rang trên bếp củi. Sau đó là mình sẽ chà đi cái vỏ, mình xay nhuyễn là mình muối đậu phụng. Chỉ có 2 thứ đó thôi. Cái quan trọng nhất là cái tinh thần khi nấu bếp. Có thể là bạn nấu không ngon, quan trọng bạn phải vui và bạn phải yêu thích. Trong quá trình chế biến là mình luôn luôn tôn trọng thực phẩm, luôn luôn tôn trọng thức ăn.
It might take years to get used to a macrobiotic diet, but then you can truly feel the sweetness, freshness, and original flavors of the nature. Through people like Nga, many have begun to discover the diet.
It's so fresh. I love that how you use like minimal spices. Everything is so fresh, you don't need to add anything, right? And I love the peanut sauce. The peanut sauce with tamarind, right? With tamarind. I love that combination. It's very medicinal as well. It's very good.
Thank you.
Today, vegetarianism and macrobiotic diets have attracted many people around the world who see this as a nutritious way of eating that brings many physical and mental benefits. Once you get to know it, you'll find the vegetarian world is no less diverse than other cuisines.
Upbeat, lively, sexy, and makes you just want to dance. Speaking of Latin music, those are often the few words that come to mind. A Latin music show always promises fun and joy, and earlier this week, music lovers in Hanoi was treated to such a night full of vibrant Latin melodies and rhythm by a group of talented artists hailing all the way from Colombia in South America. And in our On the Mic this week, we also had a chance to sit down and had a chat with the leader of the group, singer-songwriter Concha Bono, a famous name in the Colombian music scene.
Colombia is a beautiful country in the northwest of South America, with a rich diversity of cultures reflected clearly in their music. Colombian music is known to be passionate, vibrant, and full of rhythms that just make everyone feel like moving to the beats. Earlier this week, many music lovers in Hanoi also had the chance to enjoy such a sensory experience with Colombian music, which was quite a rare occasion in the city.
Thực ra là mình rất thích nhạc Mỹ Latin và hôm nay đến đây thì mình thấy rất là hào hứng. Phong cách của nữ ca sĩ rất là bốc lửa và rất là nhiệt tình, rất là thể hiện được cái sự nội lực ở bên trong cô ấy.
Cá nhân mình cũng là một người khá là đam mê nghệ thuật ấy. Khi mà đến được với buổi biểu diễn ngày hôm nay thì mình cũng biết thêm được một cái nền văn hóa mới của đất nước Colombia. Sau đó là mình lại thấy được là biết được thêm về cái âm nhạc dân gian kết hợp với những cái đạo cụ âm nhạc hiện đại. Nó mang đến một cái hơi hướng khá là mới mẻ và thu hút người nghe.
These stellar performances were delivered by a famous name in the Colombian music scene, Concha Berna and her band.
So first of all, thank you so much, Concha Bernal, for joining our show today. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Vietnam, Concha Bernal. So you are a famous name in Colombia, but not many people in Vietnam have known about you yet. So can you introduce a bit about your music and your career?
My name is Concha Bernal. I'm a singer-songwriter from Colombia. My musical style is fusion, which combines Colombian folk music with the sound of electronic and bass guitars to bring a wind of modernity to the Colombian folk songs. In this way, my songs will be more approachable for the audience.
So many people have likened your music to a tropical symphony filled with Colombian folklore. What can you say about this?
Colombian culture is very rich and diverse, which expresses itself very strongly in music. Colombians inherit their music from the people of Africa and Spain and the indigenous people. Thanks to this combination, new rhythms and melodies are created for Colombian folk music, and my mission is to develop and preserve this legacy so it will not be lost.
So what kinds of performances are you treating the Vietnamese audience this time?
This time we're going on tour to 6 countries and regions, and Vietnam is our first stop. It is also in time for the 40th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Colombia and Vietnam too, and we have had a wonderful time in Hanoi. Our set list for the performance in Vietnam includes songs about the people of Colombia, the Caribbean region, the sea, beaches, sand, salt, and tropical fruits. We also have songs about brotherhood and the unitedness of all people, no matter what their skin colors are.
A singer, composer, and an artist, Concha Bernal has an excellent track record representing spirit of Colombian folk music. Her work features the mixture of sound from many traditional and modern musical instruments of Colombia. On stage, she is often recognized for her spontaneity, joyful aura, and a very distinctive Colombian atmosphere. With such talent, she has become the usual pick for Colombia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in many of their cultural programs. And this time in Vietnam, she performed with her band also to kick off a series of events to commemorate the diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Colombia.
Her musical style is the folk music of Colombia's northern region, combined with modern instruments such as electric and bass guitars. Traditional Colombian percussion instruments such as the tambora are indispensable on her stage. This combination brings in freshness and creates new sounds for contrast music. I'm actually the newest addition to the band, and it is the first time I'm on tour with her. I think she has a clear idea and a plan on how to preserve Colombian folk music, and is very important. Besides, she is very organized.
In addition to performing, Concha Bernal also participated in several TV shows, including one telenovela where she played the role of a legendary Colombian folk singer.
So I also heard that apart from singing, you've also acted in some of Colombia's telenovelas and TV shows. Can you share a bit about that experience?
The role came to me quite unexpectedly. It's true that in 2016, I had the honor to play the role of the legendary artist Toto in the TV series La Casica. On a nice day, the film producer contacted me to invite me to the audition. This role is about a girl who can dance, sing, and pursue folk music. For me, it was a precious experience and I learned a lot from it. As the role was quite close to my personality and most of my scenes were singing, I didn't find it difficult at all.
So you seem to be a very strong advocate of the folk culture and music in your country. Is that why the Caribbean sound is such an important part of your music?
Yes, I love folk music because it is part of our origin. The people and the culture, with music included of course, are what make up Colombia today. It's important to understand where our music comes from. Only then can we understand that it is necessary to preserve these core values so our folk music and its beautiful melodies are not lost, but further developed and brought to the world.
During her time in Hanoi, Concha Bernard and her band also had a small and fun exchange with the students of the Vietnam National Academy of Music in a master class where they brought along a lot of Colombian instruments. It's not every day that the students can get an up-close view of a tambora or a pair of maracas like these, or have a band coming all the way from Colombia to perform right in front of them, let alone having a jam session with the artists themselves, much to the students' excitement.
Em cảm thấy rất là thích thú khi mà được gặp gỡ, giao lưu, học hỏi với lại các nghệ sĩ Colombia. Thì đây cũng là một trong những cái lần hiếm hoi mà sinh viên khoa gia bọn em có dịp được chứng kiến tận mắt cái thể loại âm nhạc này. Em thấy ban nhạc chơi rất là hay, rất là gắn kết và nếu mà nói là rất là groovy.
So, is this your first time in Vietnam? And what was your impression of the country and people?
That's right, this is my first time in Vietnam. Vietnam is a great country with a rich and diverse cuisine. People are simple, always smiling and very friendly. While in Vietnam, we had a chance to meet with the students of the Vietnam National Academy of Music. They are very friendly, hospitable, and curious. Before coming here, we were a bit worried because we didn't have much understanding of Asian culture and music. However, we had an interesting talk about Vietnamese music with teachers and students of the jazz major at the academy, where we introduced them to Colombian folk music, showed some of our traditional instruments, and explained the differences between Colombian music and music from other countries in South America. After the master class, they treated us to some Vietnamese coffee. Your coffee is as delicious and strong as Colombian coffee. Also, we have just learned there is a store selling high-quality Colombian coffee beans in Hanoi.
Have you ever listened to Vietnamese music, or do you know any Vietnamese singers? What do you think about Vietnamese music?
In South America, people don't listen to Vietnamese music. But before coming here, I did some searching on the internet and found Vietnamese artists often have very high and smooth vocals, and I am very impressed by their falsetto. They're great. I would really like to see a performance of Vietnamese folk music, but due to my short time in Vietnam, I haven't had the chance to experience this.
Are there any plans to come back to Vietnam sometime soon? And do you wish to collaborate with any Vietnamese artists?
We would love to return to Vietnam. To be honest, the experience we had from the exchanges with the students of the Vietnam National Academy of Music was really great. Through that, we could understand more about another aspect of your culture. Hopefully in the future, I will have the opportunity to return to Vietnam. And I also hope that the next time I come back, I will have the opportunity to collaborate with Vietnamese artists.
So again, thank you so much for joining our show, and we wish you the best of luck in your future music career.
Furoshiki is the art of Japanese wrapping using cloth to transport clothes, gifts, bottles, or books. As the world trends towards a zero-waste lifestyle and reusing items, furoshiki grows in popularity thanks to its versatility, eco-friendliness, and gentle aesthetics. Let's find out more about the Japanese art of furoshiki and see how Vietnamese youth are learning and applying this art in this week's edition of Connecting Cultures.
The history of furoshiki dates back over hundreds of years, as far back as the 8th century, when the Japanese began using large pieces of cloth used to wrap and transport items. The word furoshiki refers to the craft in addition to the cloth itself, which is usually decorated with a colorful or traditional Japanese design. It roughly means bath, furo, spread, shiki, because the cloth were originally used to carry items to the public bathhouse and then used as a kind of bath mat. All that's needed to tie furoshiki is the cloth itself. furoshiki cloth comes in a variety of different sizes, with the most common being square ones of 44 centimeters and 70 centimeters. The wrapper can fully customize the look, everything from the pattern of the fabric to its thickness and size. Today, furoshiki is commonly used by Japanese to carry bento boxes and gifts, but this Japanese trend has evolved into a popular practice in cultures around the world as a versatile, environmentally friendly way to carry bottles and everyday necessities, and has also become a modern alternative to gift wrapping.
You do like this?
To catch up with this trend and waste less material, especially plastic bags, a group of youngsters joined a workshop to learn about this craft in Hanoi. The workshop attracted both Vietnamese and foreigners, men and women.
Mình được học nhiều hơn về cái văn hóa truyền thống của Nhật Bản, được học cách dùng khăn với nhiều kích cỡ khác nhau để bọc các loại chai, các loại hộp và cũng có thể là các quyển sách. Cũng là một cách hay để có thể là mình tặng những người thân yêu của mình, có thể là vợ mình. Ở nhà mình có rất nhiều túi ni lông, những cái chất liệu nó không tốt với môi trường thì trong thời gian tới mình sẽ dùng có thể là vải hoặc những chất liệu khác thân thiện với môi trường, có thể tái chế được để làm sao mình vẫn có thể mang đi, vẫn có thể sử dụng được tốt và không ảnh hưởng đến môi trường.
I learned to make some furoshiki, so it's to wrap things with fabric, so in an eco-friendly way and useful also because you can bring the fabric everywhere with you. I want to apply it by wrapping up some presents, to use it to do shopping, to have always one with me so that I can finally not forget my tote bag to go to the market, or when I'm not planning to buy something but I need to.
After learning the basics of furoshiki, such as tying the knots or wrapping boxes and bottles, in just a short workshop, participants could understand and apply it to wrap everyday objects. What is just as special is that the furoshiki cloth used from the workshop was made from materials such as cloth napkins, bed sheets, tea towels, or in this case, curtains.
Có một điểm độc đáo của buổi workshop ngày hôm nay là ngoài việc giới thiệu về văn hóa Nhật Bản thì mình còn muốn truyền tải đến các bạn một thông điệp là từ những cái đồ mà mình bỏ đi thì mình hoàn toàn có thể biến nó thành một cái gì khác có giá trị sử dụng, thậm chí là hơn cái đồ vật ban đầu, và có thể tái chế được nó, có thể sử dụng nó trong một thời gian rất là dài. Như thế thì nó sẽ không ảnh hưởng đến môi trường. Đối với việc tái chế thì furoshiki rất là hiệu quả, tại vì chỉ với một cái mảnh vải như thế thôi, nhưng mà nếu mà các bạn biết cách gấp, các bạn biết cách thắt thì các bạn sẽ có thể biến thành nhiều cái hình khác nhau. Thông qua cái nghệ thuật này thì mình thấy là thực ra từ một cái rất là đơn giản là mảnh vải, ví dụ như là người Việt mình cũng chỉ gọi nó là mảnh vải thôi, và khi nó hết giá trị sử dụng, ví dụ như là cái rèm hết giá trị sử dụng thì người ta sẽ vứt nó đi. Nhưng mà đối với người Nhật thì người ta sẽ chuyển nó thành một cái gì đấy khác và biến nó thành một cái nghệ thuật, thì tức là cái gì cũng có thể khiến nó đẹp lên được. Thì cái đấy là điều mình nhận ra ở furoshiki.
Originating in Japan, furoshiki can now be found worldwide. A furoshiki wrap is flexible, versatile, convenient, and can conform to many different shapes easily. It is also more economical since it is reusable, easy to make, and is a sustainable alternative to traditional wrapping paper. So when you're giving someone an item wrapped in furoshiki, you're not just giving what is inside it, you're also giving the furoshiki itself as a gift and giving the gift of protecting the planet.
And that is the end of our program. If you'd like to provide feedback or comment on anything here on Culture Mosaic, please feel free to write us at vtvinternational@vtv.vn. You can also log on to vtv4.vtv.vn or youtube.com/vtv4go for more of our program. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of Culture Mosaic. Goodbye for now.